Hello everyone, I hope everybody's doing okay. Today I'm gonna be making my sofrito tutorial, and I don't know if you noticed, but every dish that I usually make a tutorial on, I always include something that's called sofrito. And I'm always saying when I run out of sofrito, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a tutorial on it, and here we go. So I'm gonna go and explain everything that I have here. And if you still don't get it towards the end of the video, I'm gonna try to Google some of these products, and maybe you could see it and get an idea of how it looks. And I'm also gonna list the name of what it is, and maybe if you want to make it yourself, you could go to your supermarket and you could try to make it yourself. It's really good. It's good for meats. It's good for your yellow rice. This is really good for cooking. And once that sofrito hits the pot, I'm sorry, my son was telling me something and I didn't want to talk to him and talk to you guys at the same time. Once you put like if you make yellow rice, and once you put this in some sizzling oil, my goodness, your whole house starts smelling very good. This is good for anything. So let's get started. So so first I put everything in a big tray. That way I could try to explain everything to you, so bear with me. This is garlic. Alright. This is maybe a head and a half of garlic. You can add more if you want. Like I said, you can add more of anything here. It depends how you make your sofrito. So, and this is onions, which everything I cut here into pieces because we gotta put it in a food processor. If you don't got a food processor, you could use a blender, but personally I like to use a food processor because I like my sofrito in chunks, and I don't really like it liquidy or whatever. You understand? That's just the way I do it. I like my sofrito in chunks. So here I got sweet peppers, which I'm gonna show you the bag so you can see how it looks. They're small. They come red, orange, and yellow. So yeah. And this is green peppers, which I cut one green pepper, cut it. I cleaned out all the seeds and the stems and stuff. And this is red pepper. This is ajicitos dulce. Now this is a little confusing, alright? It looks like this, as a matter of fact. Look, I saved one, okay? And what this is this got seeds, alright? So you're supposed to open it up and remove all the seeds there, okay? I'm gonna push this aside. And then, as you can see, this one don't got no seeds because I removed all the seeds. Alright, so those are called ajicitos dulce, but they sometimes sell the hot ones, and you do not want to get those. I did that before. One day my sofrito was burning, okay? I had to give it out. Alright, so and some people really took it and was like, I don't care, I'll cook with this. Hey, that's on you. But I didn't want to cook with hot peppers. So yeah, don't be confused. If you're gonna buy it in the supermarket, ask the guy that works there which is the sweet one and which is the hot ones, because you do not want to buy the hot ones. Okay, so like I said, ajicitos dulce. I also have tomatoes. Some people don't add tomatoes into their sofrito. They use everything else that's here except the tomatoes. I put the tomatoes in there, so that's just me. I got here some cilantro. By the way, make sure that you clean everything before you do your sofrito, please. You don't want to not clean it up. So everything here is basically clean. So cilantro, when I put it in the food processor, I will cut it into pieces. I just wanted to show it to you whole. And this is culantro. Let me show it to you real quick. Okay. And this is one pack I bought of culantro. And I have here in the back extra virgin olive oil, and I got here a cup of water or so, maybe a cup and a half. And I got here a pack of sazon. Now some people don't add no sazon, but I do towards the end, so I could give it just a little color, you know. So I'm just letting you know how I do it. Everybody, like I said, do it differently. The reason why I got the olive oil and the water is because while you're making this in a food processor, you're gonna have to add maybe a little bit of water or a little bit of water, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to liquefy it or whatever, you know. I'll show you during half of the process. I'm not gonna show you me literally doing all of this in the food processor, but I'll show you a little bit when I'm doing at least half of it. You could do it in any order. When you start doing it in the food processor, you could do it in any order. I usually start with the garlic, so, but that's just me. You could do it in any order, basically. You don't have to just have a specific order. Oh, you gotta do it this way, you gotta do it this way. Basically, you're gonna put all of this anyway in a blender for you can make your sofrito. So I'm gonna start doing half of it now, and then when I'm half done, I will show you if I could let you know an example of what to do next. Okay, so I did already the culantro, cilantro, and the garlic. What I usually do is, anyway, I'll show you real quick because this is really loud and you're not going to be able to hear me. So I'm going to get it closer. Yeah. Oops. Alright. And sometimes I pause it, or it could be, like I said, in little chunks. So at this point I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And a little bit of water. Okay. Want to push some of it down. And you see what I mean? Chunks. I don't want it too liquefied. That way when I cook, you can see all of those, everything that I'm putting in the sofrito. You can see it on your rice, you can see it on your meat. And it does look pretty, I'll tell you that much. So. Okay, so I'm going to keep adding stuff and I'll show you more later on. So I already did it halfway, and I don't want it to, like, I try not to put it a lot of stuff because I don't want it to be all the way at the top where it could spill. When it's halfway, I usually take it out. Now you're going to have to excuse the mess because when you see my tutorials, my kitchen is always clean. Sofrito is a very messy process. So I'm going to go right here. Okay, and I'm gonna put it into this pot. Okay, so I'm gonna try to finish the rest, and then I'll show you towards the end what to do. Okay, so I already did the other half. All right. Hold on, looking for my spoon. Alright, so. Alrighty. And as you can see, like I said, I like when it looks like this. You see how you can see the little chopped red peppers. You can see little chunks. That's the way I like mine. If you want to liquefy yours, that's on you. this is the way I like mine. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a good mix, because you want to make sure. Since I did it in I didn't do it in one, I didn't add everything in one blender. I did half and then half. So you could do it in one blender. I mean, if you don't have a lot of the ingredients. I'm only making a little bit for the month. In New York, I used to make extra because I used to give it away to my family, my close friends, and stuff. But this is for my household for the month. So you could do it in one time in the food processor, but then it goes all the way to the top and it'll probably spill on the side, and I didn't want that. So I usually just, when it's half, I put it into a pot, and then I do the other half and I add it in there. So I already blended it. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil and sazon. You can add a little bit of salt. Don't add too much, because most likely when you cook, you're gonna add salt anyway. So it's totally up to you. I'm not gonna add salt. I'm gonna add sazon, which sazon already has salt and all that other stuff. So, all right. Now, some people, they put this in containers, or they put it, wherever you can find anything to put this in. Let's put it like that. Okay, so some people put it in ice cubes, right? And they put it in ice cube, but they'll let it freeze up, and then they'll take it out the next day, put it into Ziploc bags. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do it that way, because sometimes I do add sofrito to some of my meat, and how about if I really want to just use it there at that moment? I gotta wait for it to defrost, and I don't have time for that. Usually I put these in little containers, which I'm gonna show you, and my container usually lasts maybe 4 days in the refrigerator, and I could just scoop it and just use it right there. It won't have to defrost or none of that. Now the rest I put in the freezer, which I'm going to show you now. I'm going to start putting them in containers, and I'm going to give you an idea of how you could do this. It's totally up to you if you want to use the ice trays though, but this is the way I do it, like I said. Okay, so I got my containers, and this is what I usually use. I just washed them, and I like this size. They sell bigger ones, they sell all size ones, but I like this size because, like I said, I put them in this and it'll last me 4 days in the refrigerator without freezing it. Now the rest I do freeze. I take one, when I'm almost finished with the other one, I take the other one out of the freezer and I use it. So okay, so, and I don't put it all the way to the top, because if you put it to the top, then it's gonna, when you put the top on the top, it's gonna spill. So, and you see, I put one of these in the refrigerator, and it'll last me at least 4 days. And the rest that I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put it in the freezer. And then when this is finished, I take the other ones one at a time out of the freezer. Okay, so let me finish doing the rest. Okay, so here we have it, and the amount of sofrito that I just did right now that you just saw made 6 of these. Okay, like I said, this usually will last me 4 days, and I put the rest in the freezer. All right, let me show you again. Look at that. That is a beautiful picture. I love making homemade sofrito. It's better than buying it in the store. 20 times better than buying it in the store, and better than buying it in the store. So yeah, so yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day. And I'm about to put this in the freezer, and I hope that you like this tutorial. God bless.